How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be going through my runes. This is going to be a rune guide video, and probably going by the title, that is what you expect, a rune guide video. I made a build guide quite recently and it did really well, so hopefully the combination of using this guide with the build guide is pretty much guaranteed climbing in solo queue, hopefully. Anyway, guys, in this video I'm going to go through what runes I use in solo queue: bot, mid, top, whatever. Jungle, no, I don't play him jungle. Support, pretty much it's the same rune page, okay? It's pretty much the same rune page, and again, it's because of my playstyle. I will also be going through the area runes of what the LCS players use, because whenever LCS players play in bot lane, they play a little bit differently for me, and I will explain that as well. So let's get into it, guys, and start with my rune page. And my rune page is the one you see on screen. I like to call it the spicy ding dong rune page. It can also be called the electrocute rune page, the electro dong, or whatever you want to call it, because electrocute is at the heart of the runes. And when I say that, I like to go domination and I like to go sorcery. The reason being, I play aggressive, so I like to have aggressive runes. Build aggressive, I play aggressive, and I have aggressive runes. I'm just an aggressive donger, guys. Alright, there's no stopping an aggressive donger, you know, in the right hands. Anyway, so electrocute is the best rune if you are playing aggressive. The reason being is it does high burst damage. The only downside is that it does have long cooldown. People always say to me, oh, electrocute is bad because it has a long cooldown. Fair enough, but whenever it procs, it counts. I prefer electrocute over Airy and Comet, specifically because Comet and Airy really sustain damage, really good. But late game, Airy is pretty much useless. Honestly, late game Airy is pure poop. Where electrocute, I feel, you know, early, mid, late, in the right combination of team fights and the right combination of spells and so on, and in the right hands, can be utterly deadly at any given moment. The only downside, like I said, is the fact that it does have a long cooldown. But I'd rather have a long cooldown on a crazy amount of damage than pretty much no cooldown on an abysmal amount of damage. That's just me, guys. It's just me. Airy and Comet are quite good in certain scenarios. You know, if you're just constantly auto-attacking top lane, you know, you're harassing and so on. But, you know, that is primarily used level 1 to 6. And then level 6 onwards starts to kind of taper off. Personally, in my opinion. It's my opinion, okay? This is all speculative. You guys can have your own opinions and so on, but this is just due to my playstyle. But electrocute is fantastic, guys, specifically because you can proc it so easily on Heimerdinger. You can proc it just with an auto attack and ignite. I play with ignite, guys, specifically to proc electrocute. There's many times I've procced ignite with just an auto attack, a third auto attack, and another one of my auto attacks with ignite thrown in there, and the damage is so unexpected. You know, people are trying to dive me and gank me, and they have like 150, 200 health, and I am just obliterating them with no mana, with absolutely no mana. So that's electrocute is so good, guys, and it's amazing for setting up death bushes with Heimerdinger. It's kind of like the old Thunderlords, guys. You know, if you land, you put your Q down, followed by your E, followed by your Alt W, and an Ignite, people are just going to be a scorched shadow on the ground. I love it, guys. I love it. You'll have seen a lot of my stream highlight videos recently are pretty much all electrocute orientated, because I very rarely play without it. And I think electrocute is one of the most fun runes to play with, and one of the most fun runes to watch. I also like the fact that electrocute has a delay. You know, the damage is not instantaneous, where, you know, someone can flash over a wall and they think they're safe, and electrocute just booms down on top of their head, and you just see the lightning flash on their corpse, which is pretty good. But apart from that, like, there's nothing really bringing electrocute down, and why I would want to change it. Just again, apart from the long CDR, and the long cooldown isn't actually that long. It's just long in the laning phase, but it has so many other good characteristics that go with it, especially with Heimerdinger, that I feel that if you're an aggressive player, you would be doing yourself an injustice not taking electrocute. Honestly, guys. So then we move down to cheap shot. Cheap shot that steals bonus true damage to enemy champions with impaired movement or actions. You know, this is quite good. If you land your grenade, it automatically slows them, and if you maybe get a Riley's and so on, it plays quite well into that kit. But I like cheap shot just specifically, again, in the laning phase. The cooldown's quite short, and it is true damage. So, you know, more damage the better. Again, like I keep saying, this is entirely based around me being aggressive, playing aggressive, building aggressive. So you're constantly going to be proccing cheap shot even without buying any movement speed items. Movement reduction items. So just because obviously the slow that does come with your E. And then we go down to eyeball collection, guys. You can actually cheap shot. You know, people say to me going Taste of Blood or Sudden Impact. Sudden Impact is not playing the Heimerdinger's kit at all. Taste of Blood is pretty good. Heal whenever you damage an enemy champion, but the cooldown on it is very, very high. It's 20 seconds. Where cheap shot only has a 4-second cooldown. Again, the damage is not significant because these are all secondary runes, guys. But when you add it up, you know, you add it with Scorch and eyeball collection with the extra AP and so on, it does eventually, and then obviously electrocute, it does start to take its toll and add up. By itself, secondary runes are pure poop, but combined with other ones, they are awesome. So eyeball collection is the next thing I go, again, specifically just for more AP. I want more AP as early as possible. I want to kind of get rewarded for being aggressive and getting those early kills and assists, and that's exactly what eyeball collection does. So if you look at it, realistically, Zombie Ward, it's not really good if you're in a laning phase with Heimerdinger. You know, you're going to be staying in the lane. It's not great at all. Zombie Ward is something you maybe take as a jungler. Ghost Burrow, again, not really that great whenever you can have extra AP in lane. So eyeball collection is kind of a go-to and a must if you're going down the domination tree, guys. And then Ravenous Hunter is my favorite rune. Well, actually, I have two favorite runes. I'll talk about them. It's pretty much my favorite rune. Because your third auto attacks proc Ravenous Hunter. And a lot of people actually still don't know this. A lot of Heimerdinger players don't know that your Ravenous Hunter can be procced by your third auto. So in turn, guys, if I have 3 turrets down. Okay, so Ravenous Hunter, 2.5% plus 2.5% per bounty hunter stack. Okay, so say even I just have a flat 2.5%. Okay, I have 3 turrets. Okay, so it's not a lot. Okay, so say they're attacking for 20 damage. Okay, and I have 2.5% of the 20 damage. Okay, I'm going to be healing for 2.5% of the 20 damage that they're doing. Your turret auto attacks attack very fast. They do. Your turrets have a very fast auto attack. But you heal every time they auto attack. But if you have 3, you're healing for every time the 3 auto attacks. If you throw in your ultimate and your ultimate is auto attacking, again, you're healing for the 4 auto attacks of the turrets. Again, as well, this is damage dealt by your abilities, and your turrets count as an ability. So if you land a beam, if you land an alt grenade, a W, if you do any damage with an ability, you will heal for 2.5%. That's like obviously at a lower end, but when it gets maxed out, you're going to be destroying. It is insane. It is so good, especially personally for me whenever I'm playing bot lane Heimerdinger, because it's just like how, you know, Ari has her passive lifesteal, her spellvamp. It's just like spellvamp. Why would you not want to have spellvamp which procs whenever you're you can be completely and your turrets are auto attacking and full healing you. This is what you kind of need if you ever want to try and solo an objective early. If I've ever soloed a Baron, or if I've ever soloed Drake, Ravenous Hunter is kind of what keeps me afloat. Ravenous Hunter is what heals me. Like, I used to be able to do Baron, maybe not so much anymore, but I can still give it a good go. If I get fed, if I get fed enough, if I get an early Rabadance, and it'll be like a Void, I can easily solo objective, solo Baron, and have full health. Because I'm doing so much damage, and I'm getting healed for a significant portion of the damage that I'm doing, which in turn sometimes can actually out-heal the damage done by Baron or Elemental Drake. It's crazy. So if you have not picked up Ravenous Hunter, guys, as a Heimerdinger main or a Heimerdinger player, I recommend you trying it out ASAP. It is very, very fun. So going on to Sorcery, guys. We got Sorcery as my secondary tree. Again, it's specifically because I like to play aggressive, but I say that, but I do actually take a defensive rune in it. So I start off with Scorch. Scorch, your next ability, sets champions on fire, dealing 20 to 60 bonus magic damage based on level after 1 second, cooldown 20 seconds. It does have a long cooldown, but I like this because I've actually gotten some sneaky kills where Scorch has finished it off. And again, like I said, combine Scorch with Electrocute, with Cheap Shot, with Eyeball Collection, it's fantastic. You can go Absolute Focus as well, guys. So you can go Scorch into, where's Absolute Focus? Absolute Focus, right? Where we go? Yeah, so you can go Scorch and Absolute Focus if you want to go super crazy damage, which I used to do. I still do sometimes, okay? If I was going top, I would maybe take Absolute Focus and Scorch. But I actually really like Nullifying Orb, guys. A lot of you kind of say to me, why do you take Nullifying Orb? It's not that great. Nullifying Orb is probably my second favorite rune. Okay, so Ravenous Hunter, Nullifying Orb, and obviously Electrocute. But in regards to secondary runes, I love Nullifying Orb. It is so good. When you take magic damage that would reduce your health below 30%, gain a shield that absorbs 40 to 120 magic damage based on your level. It does have a minute cooldown, but so many times, guys, Nullifying Orb has saved my ass. I have so many stream highlights and clips and everything where people have tried to dive me. And again, like I was saying earlier, some of these runes are pretty bad by themselves, but combined with others, they are awesome. So combine Cheap Shot and Scorch, and Eyeball Collection, pretty good. And Electrocute. Ravenous Hunter with Nullifying Orb is actually really good. Because say I Zonya, okay? So say I'm getting Dove, Ravenous Hunter is proccing, I'm getting healed for a significant amount of the damage that I'm doing. If they try to dive, Nullifying Orb procs just at the last minute, I'm getting healed again, they go all in again, I land a Zonya, and then I come out, they're dead. Alright, it sounds a lot easier in theory, I guess, but Nullifying Orb should not be underrated, guys. It's a free Hex Drinker, guys. You think I know when it is playing against the Riven or Fiora or Aurelia whenever they get a Maul of Mortis. This is kind of like the mini free Hex Drinker of mid lane. If you're playing against a hefty magic comp, or if you're playing against a really crazy AP mid laner, you know, if you're playing against LeBlanc or Syndra, not take a Nullifying Orb, you are insane. You are absolutely insane. I don't know why you would ever want to take Absolute Focus for Nullifying Orb, dude. But yeah, this is pretty much my rune page. This is my go-to rune page. You'll see me rocking it a lot, pretty much every single game. And yeah, so screenshot it, use it, abuse it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you think I should change something, or if you really like something. Yeah, let me know, guys. But the video's not over. I'm going to talk about the LCS rune page. So this is my rune page. This is what I use. I use it top, I use it mid, I use it support, I use it AP carry, because I like to play aggressive. And so, guys, this is the way the LCS players play Heimerdinger. They play him a lot differently from me. They are about the aggression, but they're more about the objectives, which, again, if you have a good team around you, then definitely. But sometimes in solo queue, guys, I think we can all agree that you don't always get a good team around you. Alright, so that's why I like to have fun and play aggressive, guys. But Area is fantastic. This rune page, Sorcery and Inspiration, is what the LCS guys are using. And it's so fantastic, guys, to see Heimerdinger being the flavor of the month champion. The fact that he's been played so much, he's been played in competitive play, he's been played in solo queue. It's good and bad because he does get banned, he does get taken from me. But then again, hopefully it brings a lot more of you guys to the channel. But anyway, their main rune is Eri, and these guys max W. They will max W for constant poke. So they're going for Eri for the constant poking lane. You know, they're clearing waves. And again, you can just proc Eri with your turret auto attacks as well. So a lot of people, whenever they're playing AP carry Heimerdinger, especially me, I would lather my bot bushes. I would lather my two bushes bot lane with turrets. Because as soon as they walk into them, turret auto attack, Eri proc, turret auto attack, Eri proc. They're also being used as vision as well. So Eri is what they use just for the consistent poke over and over and over again. And the reason being is they want to harass, make them recall early, and they want to try and get first turret blood as soon as possible. They also take teleport. They do not take ignite as their summoner. Again, because they are going to be playing aggressive, but aggressive in a different way. I think they take Mana Flow Ban. I haven't actually looked that much into it. They definitely don't take Mana. They definitely don't take Nimbus Cloak, and I don't think they take Nullifying Orb. But Mana Flow Ban is pretty good. Specifically, they take this because they want to try and stay in lane as much as possible. They want to try and not have any mana problems. They do get a Luden's Echo and a Lost Chapter as their first item, because obviously using W a lot to clear waves and the poke will make it go in very, very, very fast. But Mana Flow Ban will help keep them afloat in lane. And then we have Absolute Focus and Scorch. These two runes, obviously, like I was talking about in my rune page, are a match made in heaven for poking. Really, really, really good. And it is the most aggressive thing you can choose in Sorcery. So if you go to Scorch, you can either have Scorch, Water Walking, which is terrible if you want to go Heimerdinger, you know, gain movement speed and AP, adaptive in the river. You're very rarely going to be in the river, unless you're going to be soloing Drake or helping your jungler do Drake. And then you have Gathering the Storm. A lot of games, personally for me nowadays, guys, I used to love Gathering the Storm. But a lot of my games close out 20 minutes, 15 minutes. There's always, very rarely I will play a game that lasts 30, 40, 50, 60. It doesn't happen anymore. Back in the day it would, but people are too easy to give up. You either be in my team, the opposing team. There's a lot of people just open mid nowadays. So Gathering the Storm personally isn't a great choice for this because again, they want to be constant poking. Celerity, you know, Transcendence, not too bad, but again, Absolute Focus and Scorch go really, really well together, guys. So they move on to the Inspiration tree. Inspiration is what they go for the secondary rune page, and they go this again for sustain and a little bit of utility. Perfect timing to get a free stopwatch. Again, it hopefully makes them survive either dives, it allows them to dive as well, or it stops them getting ganked pretty much. It's their kind of get out of jail free button, and the fact that it's free is really, really good. And the fact that they're focused around getting first Star Blood and getting as much gold and CS as possible. This is kind of just a way to kind of line their pockets, and they do not have to spend any money on getting their stopwatch. Because a lot of the guys go Luden straight into Zhonya or Luden's Morello Zhonya. Zhonya is always prioritized as a second or third buy. And stopwatch obviously plays very perfectly into that. And then we go down to Biscuit Delivery. Biscuit Delivery, I actually really, really like it. I used to use it a lot back in the day. I used to be a cookie fiend. I used to love the cookies before they changed the runes back in the Thunderlord days, guys. But personally, Biscuit Delivery is perfect for this build because they go Mana Flow Band, they go Biscuit Delivery, and they, Biscuit Delivery and Mana Flow Band combined with a Luden's Echo. You just have mana for days because they're going to be starting with the Doran String, so you're going to have a Doran String, Mana Flow Band, Biscuit Delivery, and the whole point, again, like I said, is to stay in lane and try and just keep pressure in bot, poking them down and trying to get the first turret blood. That's why they take Teleport. So they'll maybe be really, really aggressive and oppressive under tower, you know, the Fiddlesticks and the Heimerdinger combo. Then what will happen is they'll swap, they will go top, and they'll start getting that tower, then they'll go mid, and they'll start getting that tower. The whole point is to have utility in lane, to just be a push master. Just keep putting the pressure on to force ganks towards you, and just allow your team to do what they do while you're trying to take the objectives. It's really, really good, and it can work really, really well. As we've seen in the LCS, a significantly high success rate with Heimerdinger so far. I think that there's only been one loss so far in the entirety of his professional career, which is pretty awesome. But this isn't my playstyle, guys. Airy as a rune really isn't my playstyle, but it definitely works, guys. So try it out. Try it both. Honestly, try it Airy, try Comet. You try Comet. I used to love Comet. Try whatever works for you, but use this as a little bit of a guide. It is a guide, but use it as a little bit of a go-to. If things get rough, go Spicy Ding Dong. Want to try it out? Go Airy. The LCS players know what they're doing, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, please slap that like button. It really, really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm uploading all the time. And if you like Heimerdinger, definitely follow me on Twitch. The links to all of them are in the description below. But until next time, bros, take it easy. Peace out. And good luck on the Rift.